Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft. Megamikey here, and thank you for returning to my cringe-filled endeavour to make Minecraft videos specifically for my son. So, today we are doing things and going places, yes. That makes sense to me, and it should make sense to you. Seriously, man? Dude, where are you going? Thank you. I still can't buy shit. Was that big potato? Don't have any potatoes. Well, that's the end of that one, isn't it? Dude, you're annoying. Absolutely annoying. Because there's so many things that have been added. Oh, so he makes himself invisible at night. Okay, that's interesting AI. Bundle? What the hell is a bundle? What can a bundle be used for? Leather and string. Right, we're gonna make this just because I have no idea what it is. Can hold a mixed stack of items. A mixed stack? I'm confused. Doesn't make sense. Have some rotten flesh first. I don't know if they made it so rotten flesh hurts you now. I have no idea. I'm going to take the bundle just because I have no idea what the bloody hell it is. I kind of regret cooking that now. Anyway, copper. Do I have iron? I have 2 iron. Okay. And I can't make copper armor. Oh, I can! I just saw it. Yeah, I can. I can make copper armor. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. I expect it to be absolute shit. But it's it. I shouldn't have sworn. I expect it to be absolutely awful, but I think it is better than nothing right now, and I will take it over nothing. Okay. So, now I have some form of armor. I am going to make an iron sword. And I am going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'm going to make some pickaxes. Because we are going to go on a little adventure, which we realistically should not be doing this early at this stage, but I need a more guaranteed way of finding iron, and I am not going to find it here. Not easily anyway. Go in there, thank you. I need torches. An ungodly amount of torches. $40, $20. Okay. Not an ungodly amount, but it's I can go on enough of an adventure to find what I need, okay? There was, if my memory is correct, a cavern. I don't think I found a cavern on like the mine, but there was one close by. What is it? Is it here? Or is this just like a quarry? Yeah, it's kind of like a natural quarry. Anything down here? Copper. That's it. There's just copper, and copper is not what I'm looking for, so that's not what I'm here for. Get rid of these axes. Put the shovel there. Thank you. Thank you. No, that's not what I wanted, but okay. Sure, you have a nice day. And I don't think that's gonna. No, it's back down there. So I need to find. There's a cavern here somewhere. Right, I put this torch there just then. And this doesn't lead to anything of any use. Great. I can't describe how much I miss modded Minecraft's minimap system. There's coal. I'll take the coal. Might as well. Put music back on. It's way too quiet. Anyway. So I've been quite busy the last 2 days. Just trying to make sure I get my right to stay in Poland right now. And I've spent the last few days doing that, so I've only just woken up myself and I'm absolutely exhausted because of it. But I'm quite hopeful. I've had no totally sorry. I've had no negativity as of yet from this endeavour, aside from the amount of time I've been waiting for it. I can't go too much into personal information because obviously this is a video that is going out to the public and I do not want everyone to know my business. At that point, I might as well just take bloody new pictures and put them all over Facebook. Which no one should do under any circumstances. I just... Obviously, you need to control how much is out there. Like, I've seen so many people get sponsored by VPNs and they act like a VPN solves all of our problem, and it just doesn't. All a VPN does is hide your traffic from your ISP. And essentially what it does is people can hack into an ISP, which is your internet service provider, so like your router. People can hack into the router and by using the router they can see what data you import, they can see what websites you travel to, and YouTubers advertise VPNs as blocking all images from your ISP. And they say, oh, it makes it so your browser can't see websites you're on, and it doesn't see what data you put in. They're like, but then someone will just find a different way of getting that data. The VPN doesn't solve it. There's many other different types. So a VPN works as long as you're smart enough to not have accidentally installed malware on your computer, because then the VPN is pointless. I have no idea what this green stuff is. Okay, it's like a bush. It was like moss. Okay. Down. I can hear something. I can hear something. It sounds a bit like a slime. Yeah, I knew it. I knew I heard something. Yeah, we're not doing that scaling right now. It's behind water and it'll take me so long to get to him that by the time I do, he's already taken like half my health. If he wants to get to me, he can get to me. Fight me on my terms. That's good. But now they made it so iron is higher. It did take like most of my health away. They made it so iron and like coal spawns higher than previously, which is annoying because iron is pretty much one of the main things you require in any Minecraft world, and now they've made it so it's like 10 million miles away, which is obviously not the best thing. I mean, I've only found, well, how many pieces? 6, okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting that, and they've made it so it's an entity now, not a solid block. So, those of you who didn't play old Minecraft, when you dug up a block, it came out as one block. not a little piece. So now you can use a fortune pickaxe, and a fortune pickaxe is an enchantment you can get that multiplies the items, but only on blocks where the items come out as, well, little entities rather than whole blocks. Put the axe away. Axe is useless to me right now. Come on. How are you hitting me? The fucking range. I need to stop swearing. The range on these guys is ridiculous. My. Dude! The range on them is ridiculous. It shouldn't be that far. I don't even know where the hole is. These words are taken out of context already. I don't need started yet. Okay, so it was down here. Oh, no, man! I was down there as well. That's the worst part. Give me my essence bar. Yeah, they buffed skeletons. So the skeletons shoot faster. They buff them. Food there. There. Pickaxe. Good. Just light up. Always light up caves. If you're ever worried about like mobs spawning, just light up the area because they can't spawn in the light in Minecraft. I'm pretty sure Minecraft was designed by someone who just hates the darkness because they tried to make darkness actually scary when in reality it isn't. If the lights are off, turn them on. Do you know what I mean? Just always keep something on they can make light. There you go, proper sword. That music is like way too loud. It's like it can't make its mind up when it wants to come on. But as of right now, I don't really have a goal as of yet. Right now I'm just trying to get set up and get used to the new blocks they added. And it's not the easiest because, like I say, a lot of them I have no idea what they do. I don't even know what copper does. Which is one of the only reasons that I think the book system that tells you the new recipes unlocked. Was that basalt? Oh, it's andesite. Yeah. Because I'm not also familiar with these textures. I don't usually use this texture pack. And for those of you who don't know what this is Sphax, a specific type of Sphax called Grungecraft. It's a specific type of Sphax called Grungecraft that makes the... Hello, George. How are you doing down there, mate? They get no, and can they climb up here? Oh, they literally can't. I'm not complaining. Oh, I can hit multiple with one now. Okay, that's good. I like that. I can hit multiple with one attack now. I like that. You're gonna eat your own severed leg in front of you. Like, a lot of people, I remember, used to say that kids can't play Minecraft because like there's scary noises in them and scary things in them, and it just makes me laugh. It's like, to me, the Minecraft zombie noise is not scary. If I'm ever walking somewhere and I hear that noise, then I'm just gonna laugh, because it's either someone who's doing it on purpose to try and be funny, or stop me if you've heard this one before, it's someone playing it on a speaker. Because it's too much of a specific noise. If you hear this noise in real life, you know someone's just like playing it on a speaker or something. Just to, I keep trying not to swear. So I don't get it. I remember they did something recently in some other countries where they banned Minecraft because of like absolute stupid reasons. Like one of them was like, oh, you kill enemies and get points, so it invites violence. Yeah, because why would the world be a better place if we were violent against fucking undead creatures? You know what I mean? One thing I do love about Minecraft is it gives you the ability to cure zombies. So if you find a zombie villager and you give them a golden apple, you actually have the ability to bring them back and cure them of their infliction, shall we say? I've run out of coal, so I can't make a... I can't make one out of this, can I? Yeah, I can't. Ah, okay, that's a shame. I'm out of wood. Okay, so that's a lesson, kids. Always bring wood with you when you go down underground. And I was actually thinking about it, and I still didn't, which means I'm an idiot. But I have no one to blame for that temporary failure in judgment except myself. So, there's no point getting angry about it. We're just going to head back. Oh, come on. We're just going to head back and make the best of what we got so far. No. Oh, I used to do tricks where I layered torches on the right as I go adventuring. As long as the majority are on the right, at least I know I'm going the right way. So I made it so if I see torches on the right, that means that's a direction I've already been. If I see torches on the left, that means that's the way I've come from. And apparently it seems to be working. So who am I to criticize my own brain? I'll take that egg. Oh, shh. That was not good. Come on, regen. There, over there. Really slow regen. Thank you. And I lit up the area well enough to the point where mobs haven't really spawned. That's good. I feel vindicated. Thank you. Oh, you can sleep in that way. Good, done. Good. Okay, so now... That was weird. Thank you. I don't have a shortage of food, because if you ever find hay bales, you can literally just do this. And look at that. An ungodly amount of food. So there's hay bales were a really good thing to find. What's this? Wheat. Okay. I mean, I've got plenty for now, mate. I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah, in there. Should probably go get some more wood. Yeah, let's get some more. I keep forgetting that queue is to drop items in this. Let's get some more wood and then work on some more projects. Because the way it really works in Minecraft is the only goal there is in Minecraft itself is to get to the end and defeat the Ender Dragon. Some Skyrim type stuff. In my opinion, you can never really go wrong with Minecraft. But you need to make your own entertainment. One of my favorite reviews of Minecraft is by Yahtzee Croshaw on Zero Punctuation, which obviously he doesn't do that show anymore, but he did it so well, and he's been doing it for so long that obviously it's still a very good source of entertainment and nostalgia. But Yahtzee Croshaw on Zero Punctuation did a review of Minecraft that just it just made me feel better about everything all of it, because he said, all right, you need to make your own entertainment. You need to. You have to come up with something to make your own entertainment, and if you don't, then it's just not going to work out. It makes perfect sense to me. Do I make a recessed pen? I think I might make a recessed like animal pen, like it goes into a pit, like they can't really escape it. Maybe. I mean, it's not really necessary, but it should work. So let's just start with the foundation here. And those of you who are not familiar with the English language, a recess is multiple different things. But if I'm making a recessed pen, it means it's recessed into the ground, as in it's pulled into the ground. Come on. Oh, there it is. Do one more out this way. Because the pen sits in this. It's like a depression to the ground. It's a recess. And that way, I can make fences around it as well, so it serves as many purposes. Yeah. I think bone meal, iron. So I need to get this iron smelting. Get that going. Some food on the go. Get out there, copper, please. Thank you. So on to these 2 or 3. Do I have any more iron? No, I don't. Ah. Crying shame. But I need to make more chests. Because this is all like temporary. I'm not planning on just keeping my chest here forever. Yeah, it doesn't open because there's a block above it. Good. Let's take all the valuable items out of this, and this can just be a generic resource chest. For now, I'm just keeping all the stuff that might actually prove useful at some point soon in here. I'm not a big fan of the noises that... I don't even know what this is. How does it work? Okay, and how do I get access to it? I right click? Can I not just... Okay, so it's best off used to like store cobblestone in, basically. Okay, it's pretty useless. It can only hold 1 stack. That really is pretty pretty useless. That is astonishing. That is absolutely astonishing how useless that is. Yeah, you're on the terrible resource chest because I don't think you have a purpose. So, can I put swords in it? I can put axes in it and only one item. That really is useless. I was thinking maybe I could use it to store my equipment. No, it literally is that useless. Okay. Literally useless. That is actually worthless to me as a useful item. That is ridiculous. Yep, thank you. Good. Yeah, I forgot I needed to make torches, don't I? Because I ain't got none left. Good. Iron, going well. Good. And I can stick one more coal in there. And I'll have one unprocessed iron remaining after I've done it. Which is fine. Just always use coal to make 8. Don't waste your coal. Try and be as efficient as you can. So I made myself an iron chest plate because that's just a better thing to have. It's absolutely awful, the copper, and I already regret making it, truth be told. Some boots. No. It's just better. I only have 4 left. Okay, that's fine. I think I can eventually do something with that. So I'll make an iron pickaxe. Do I have sticks already? Yeah, I do. I'll make my first iron pickaxe. Good. Isn't it iron pick? That is awful. That is an awful joke. I'm trying to say isn't it ironic, but it's just awful. Yep. Great. Now we have torches, we have semi-better gear. Good. Still nothing of any interest in you whatsoever, and I am not surprised in the slightest. Okay. So, we have many ways of doing this. In my opinion, the number 1 recommended way is just to make wooden fences. Next to the apple. We had some more wood from this never-ending forest over here. No point me chopping down trees that are close to me if they're still like not of an abundance. Let's go for birch. Just for the fence. I don't usually like the lighter coloured woods in this. They're too bright in my opinion. But I'm going to use it as a fence. I might as well. Makes it a bit brighter now. I don't use my oak, which I actually do care about. I always love the music of Minecraft. Sometimes I'd feel so sad and so just defeated, and I'd just come on Minecraft and just build something completely useless that has no actual purpose, but for some reason the music, just the Minecraft music alone would just make me feel better. It just makes me think of happy times. Makes me think of times that things were better. Yeah, I did want to make a gate, so I'm not that upset by the fact that I've just completely messed up the recipe. But yeah, it just reminds me of times where things weren't as bad as they are now. And that's not me saying that everything's awful. That's me saying that it does get better. You just don't think it will. But it does. It does get better. So because I've made a recess, I can take advantage of that slightly. So say if I just oh yeah, cobble. Okay. So can I sleep before it gets dark? Yeah, I can. And my plan is basically use part of my wall for now. I'm just going to use part of my own house as a yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. I use part of my own wall. If I have a brain cell, I will, apparently. It'll save a lot on fence posts. Come on, you. It's a grass. Every time I place it on grass, it just replaces that grass block rather than giving me what I actually want, which is the first born child of a fucking... Yeah, I need to stop swearing. Oh. In my defense, it's really not easy to stop swearing when there's this many cock-ups. Some more wood. Thank you. I don't like birch, but it's unfair to remove it completely from the world, so it's unfair. The tree itself didn't hit anyone, so I'm not gonna make it so I've got no birch left. Every time you destroy trees, always plant saplings. Always do it. It's only fair. Yeah, take some oak while I'm here. There you go. Any saplings? Okay, I'll take this one. I thought I just saw that bee wearing glasses. Saplings? No, no. I like this that you can see that the tree is like slowly but surely falling. Yep. I think I'm happy with that so far. Let's get moving. Birch, complete turn into that. Thank you. I like simplicity of Minecraft. I absolutely adore it because if something goes wrong, it's your own fault, and if it's your own fault, you can fix it. There's always a way to approach a situation differently in this game, and I very much love that. Yeah, it sticks in the center, isn't it? Yeah. They changed fences. Fences used to literally just be made out of only sticks. By changing the recipe, they made it more expensive. And I'm not going to be the old man complaining that everything's expensive. But that is what they did. That, thank you. That. Thank you. And I will put another one here. Put it in line vaguely. That's better. It keeps doing that. It keeps placing it like 5 feet in front of it. Or behind it! You know what? Yeah. You can be a Welshman and you stay in here then with all the sheep. That's what you can do. No. No. You need to learn a lesson, sunshine. These bloody holes. Good. Okay. And one thing I do love about the fact I've made this into a recess is I can do this. You're gonna... Yeah. I can make it quite well lit. Inside. So far away it looks like a bulb. Yeah, you have a nice time in here, sunshine. So I need some animals now. Pigs are not attracted by... they're not attracted by wheat. Chickens are attracted by seeds. So the only way I can get pigs in here is by getting a carrot. And carrots can only be found on zombies or in dungeons, or I might find one in this village actually. I ran out of food. I just realised I ran out of food. I might find some in this village actually, and take some bread. I'd rather take some bread. Yep. Beautiful. Yep. So we've got plenty of pigs. If I find some carrots, I can attract the pigs into the pen. I can also get some sheep in there. I'd very much like to get sheep and pigs. Those are like my 2 favourite kind of creatures to have. Plenty of wheat here, like an ungodly amount of it. What you will trade? Emeralds for bricks and clay ball for emeralds. Okay, could be worse. Could be worse trade. Could be worse. Clay balls are not infinite, but they're not really finite either. Emerald for a bookshelf. That's awful. Oh. Okay. A bundle. Absolutely a useless item. You can stay in there. That's what you can do, sunshine. You can stay in there. Absolutely useless item. Yeah, I've seen you. Chest in here. You literally have. What's this? Oh, that's sick. Yeah. Literally had clay balls in his house. I'll take the stone cutter. He literally had clay balls in his house. I don't really have a farm. I mean, they do have sugar, which is very good to see. Because I can take this sugar. No. I can take the sugarcane. Sugarcane grows better on sand and gravel, I think. Just potatoes. Yes, thank you. That is actually a very big help. And feathers. Dandelions and bundles. Absolutely useless. Hope you all have an awful day for the stuff I've just found in there. But there was a roving trader does sell emeralds for baked potatoes. So I can plant some of these, and because I've got him prisoner, because I've currently got him prisoner, I can bake these potatoes and sell them to him. Actually, I'll take the chest. Might as well. Saves on resources. Seriously? I can peel the bark. That looks awful. So I've just stolen someone's so I've just come into their house, emptied their chest, stolen their chest, and then vandalized the house. It just reminds. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Thanks. It just reminds me of that that joke where it's you're a burglar, like a robber, but you only steal things that inconvenience your victim, or you just do things that annoy them. Hey, I have a log cabin, and in the middle of the night, someone came and peeled all of the skin off of my logs. My house looks awful now. Did they hurt you? No. They just have horrible taste. What's that? There's more clay literally right here. No, hold on. If you're ever in water and you want to get down to the bottom as quickly as you can, just crouch. Oh, you want trade of a night? Okay, sad. I'm gonna steal your bed then. No, at least that's not the one I wanted. Wow, this guy just keeps trading. What's your problem? Is it because I woke you out of bed? Okay, sound. Okay. Villagers not being happy with you because you woke them up is a new thing. Come on, you. Does this work? I mean, it does still work, but you have to like spam it. You used to be able to do this and it just reset your bubbles. But it looks like they've made it so you can't do that anymore. I used to do the same thing with doors. Because doors are permanent, because you can place doors underwater. And then they are a permanent, like, bubble of air. Oh, so that's what they did. They delayed it, so you have to be in here for a while. Makes sense. It would be more efficient if I just made a shovel, but I'm not willing to do that. Oh, just about. Nice. Right, where's he? Where's he gone? Is this him? It is. Oh, I've unlocked new... Stone! You will trade me... Mate, you're my favourite. You are actually my favourite. Thank you. Oh, that's beautiful. I just traded him the emeralds. I just traded him the emeralds, not the... I just traded him the emeralds, not the clay. So I've just lost all of the emeralds that I've just been collecting the clay for. I hope I can still trade with them. I'm hoping this is a permanent recipe, because that's a really good trade. Where's he gone? Is he gone inside? This him? Please be. I don't blame him. I blame myself. I blame myself. Just get a few more. Actually, a Tinker's Construct. If you've ever played modded Minecraft, Tinker's Construct, you take clay, you mix it with sand and gravel, and you're able to make something called grout. Then you cook grout, and it makes a specific type of black brick called sear brick. And you make an entire furnace out of sear brick, like a physical thing. And it allows you to double your ores. You can also make casting items. So you're able to cast molds of tools and make impressive tools. And then those tools can be modified with special items. But like I say, that's a mod known as Tinker's Construct. That's not available in normal Minecraft, like vanilla Minecraft. This... You're still just going to refuse to save me? Because I woke you up once. Oh, you can... Place and tosser. Where's your Twinkie looking friend? Here he is. Oh, I'm banned. Oh, it's upsetting. Yeah, it's my own fault, bro. He'll give me a for stone now. What's this? Stone brick. I can literally just cook stone. I give him that. Do I have? Oh, I do have cobble. Is there any? No. Okay. Are you trying to follow me around? Do you like me or something? Do you just... That's weird. That's really weird. It's like he can't make his mind up. Interesting house design. Reminds me of a cabin in Wrocław I went to stay with my girlfriend recently. Emerald's a bit... Oh yeah, it's you. What's this? What is this? I'm stealing this. It's a lectern. Is there any purpose to this block? I'm taking it. I'm also taking these bookshelves. I'm trying to remember how you make an enchanting table. 4 obsidian, a book, and 2 diamonds, if my memory is correct. I really like this design. This is cute. This is a really cute design. I like this. That's cute. No, go, keep going further. What else we got here? Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Well, but I'll take the chest. There you go. And I will burn bundles, like, because they're useless. Bundles are bloody useless. Absolutely useless. Wasn't there an iron golem here? Like he's just got... Wow, okay, what is this? Library? Do I have an axe now? Wait, I do. Everyone's just been screaming at me to just, you know, use the axe. What type of wood is this? I think it's spruce. I really like spruce wood in Minecraft. It's literally my favourite wood. That, and I love spruce trees. Absolutely adore them. In both in real life and in Minecraft, I absolutely adore spruce trees. Spruce trees are, well, spruce trees are pine trees. Like, you know, like Christmas trees. That's what they are in Minecraft. And I just... Oh, emeralds, thank you! Okay, that is the universe cosmically rewarding me for my own mistakes. That's what that is. And I learned nothing because of it. And that means that everyone else needs to suffer because I learned nothing. At least that's the lesson Donald Trump is trying to teach us. That and how to harass many women in less than a day. Okay, so maybe I should go get some sheep now. And I didn't do that. That house is already hideous before I got here. I really like this. This is cute. I really like that. That's like the kind of thing I'd want. I'm half tempted to move here. I just like defend this village and make this village like my house. I'm tempted. I could make this a mining outpost and move there. So that's actually, now I think about it, that is really not a bad idea. So I'm gonna bring sheep over, because I might as well. I'd rather bring them halfway than no way. Do you know what I mean? Turn all that to wheat, yes please. And now we can get some sheep, some dandelion burdock. Oh. One thing I absolutely miss about the UK, and those of you who are from the UK, and hopefully my son is watching, Michael, if you're listening, Daddy likes dandelion burdock. It's one of Daddy's favourite drinks. There. Come on, you. I have to be careful as well what I say, because I don't want to make my son die of cringe. I don't want to say like, oh, Daddy says you need to use the toilet better. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't want to do stuff like that, because this is on YouTube. You'll see this forever. You know what I mean? Just there's the bit where he just goes to school and then tells all his friends like, oh, my daddy plays Minecraft on YouTube. And I kind of hope he doesn't do that, because I don't think I should be entertaining children, because I am not responsible enough to be entertaining children. I swear, I say horrible things. I'm trying to be a better person. I really am trying, but I don't think I'm going to achieve that just yet. Right. Guys, how stupid are you? Come on, come on, come on. All of you, where are you? Come on, I've just lured you all the way here. Don't be an idiot. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, Bessie. Come on, Bessie. Not Bessie, sorry. What's... Flossie. That's it. Flossie. Come on, Flossie. Flossie, stop trying to do the face version of the human centipede. And that is absolutely horrifying. And I don't think I've seen a more horrifying image in my life. So please, get in here. Come on. Flossie. Oh, why do I keep saying Flossie? No. Ah, I've lost the trader. Ha! I've got your llamas. Come on. I've got your llamas. You're not getting your llamas out of this mess. Come on, you. I can get two of you. I'll just create an inbred mess of sheep. Come on. There you go. You two, breed now. I wanna watch. Where are they? That's all right. Let's sleep first, because it's not like the sheep despawns at night. It's not like it's just gonna despawn. You know what I mean? Where's he gone? Ah, beautiful Minecraft. No, 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 I forgot. Come on. Come on. Dude! Come on! Thank you. Sheep are like one of the best things to have in Minecraft now because of the meat they produce, whereas they used to only make wool. So they weren't worth having. Out of the way. Come on. Come on, you. Come on. Good, good, good. Oh, I can ride llamas. I had no idea. That is awesome. You spitting at me? Did I just steal your... Wait a minute. So are you going to try and come in here now? No, no, no. Hang on. Are you going to try and get in here now to get back to your llamas? Please do. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. No, 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 no. You stay there, sunshine. I just accidentally stolen... I'm pretty sure I have just accidentally stolen. Pointed dripstone, wildflowers, glowstone. Ooh, that's actually good. Tell you what, emeralds for glowstone. I will take the glowstone. I will take the glowstone. That is a good trade. Thank you. At least in my mind. I've kidnapped his llamas. Wait, you can feed... Come on. Come on. There we go. I got you all now. I got you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Can I feed this so he grows up faster? Yeah, I can. Yes. 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 That, oh my god, this is insane. This is like a mobile game. Oh, tell you what, Michael, if you are watching, Daddy's going to teach you a lesson. Mobile games use real money. Don't buy gems on mobile games, Michael, because the real money is real and Mummy and Daddy need that real money. Okay? That's it. There you go. That's a lesson for you, Michael. That's a lesson for you. That is a lesson for you. And basically, I've got severe ADHD, and every so often I only just remember things too late that are actually necessary to talk about, and I remember them too late, so I feel like I have to get them out then and there, otherwise I forget them. So we'll be randomly in the middle of a cave, and I'll just remember, oh, I need to tell him this. Trust me, my partner absolutely loves me. This is the conversations we have. We'll just be in the middle of, like, say, a bed or something, and I'll just turn to her and go, you know what I just remembered? I just remembered that spiders have 8 legs and they grow them back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even sure if that's real. I just came up with that. Do not take anything I've said as true facts. Please. That's a public service announcement from my own insanity. You know what I might do? I might make an airlock system. So, you know what else I'm going to do? No! Can I... There we go. So now you stay there. There we go. Good boy. At least I think they're boys. Anyway, I am going to make an airlock system. An airlock system is literally just going to be a funnel. So you have to open this gate and then jump up and then close that gate behind you in order to get out. It also means that these guys are more likely to just get stuck on these walls, which is better in my opinion. So, many animations have to take place for these people to get out, which I kind of want. Also, in the fence, they're kind of safe. Because mobs can't climb fences, at least they can't at last check. Always plant your saplings, guys. Always plant your saplings. You don't want to be without trees. Trust me, the planet will be much worse without trees. Good. So what exactly is this? I have no idea what this is, so we are going to find out together what this is. Yeah, I sleep with a saw blade next to my bed, don't you? Okay, so it's a crafting. How much does it use for a slab? Okay, so it takes 1 block and turns 1 block into 2 slabs, which is not worth it because... Actually, yeah, 1 block into 2 slabs, that's correct. Stairs. It gives you 1 stair for 1 block. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it basically allows you to make things outside of a crafting table 1-to-1, 1 block for 1 item, rather than the mandatory requisite. Okay, so that is useful. That is actually useful for crafting specific items on specific tasks. Okay. It's not useless. not useless at all. I just don't have a use for it currently, but I do believe it has a purpose. Right, I'm going to get rid of that recipes counter because it's really distracting. So I need wood. Did I not get any birch wood? I did not. So I'm going to sleep next to two saw blades tonight as my punishment for being so stupid. So today, let's get some birch wood, and after we do that, I don't even know what time it is. It's 1 PM here. Get some birch wood, and then after I do, some chickens. So I need sugar, eggs, wheat, and milk, and that's what I need to make a cake. But I also want to make pumpkin pie, and if my memory is correct, pumpkin pie is sugar, pumpkin, and wheat. At least I think that's how you make pumpkin pie in Minecraft. Obviously, pumpkin pie in real life isn't not incredibly complicated, but it's more complicated than that. You know what I made recently for the first time? Scones. Scones. And if I can summon the effort, I will take a picture of them and I will put them in this video. I like to bake, I like to cook, I like to make very interesting things. And one thing I made recently was scones, and I was very, very happy with them. I was very happy with them. I've always liked baking and cooking, especially when I was in school. So, tell you guys, here's some story time for you. When I was younger, I was in a special school, and I will actually name drop this school. Now, some of the stories I'll tell is not going to be a degrading opinion of the school itself. I believe the school tried its best, but curriculums and stuff aren't always the best, especially when it comes to special schools. And this is the opinion of an adult who went through the disabled school system. Normal schools are better than disability schools. And when I say that, and then I mess up a basic recipe. It looks like I didn't learn anything at school. Anyway, so when I say that, I want you to understand my full meaning. When I say that normal schools are better than disabled schools for children with disabilities, it is only true of some things. And this is my personal opinion. This is not an opinion based on studies. This is my personal opinion based on my own experiences. Put simply, when I was in my regular school, I was bullied quite badly. And part of that was my own fault because, you know, as a high-functioning, anxiety-driven adult, when you're an older, you start to think about things differently. When I was in my normal school, I was bullied, and I did not make the situation better. I made it worse. I did not know how to interact with people. I was never taught how to interact with people. I reclused. I de-integrated myself from society. I got obsessed with games, which is perfectly fine. Being obsessed with games is perfectly fine, especially as a child. You're a developing mind. You should have fun. You should have fun. And the problem is with me is I had ADHD, and I still to this day am not diagnosed with it. I'm currently in the process. And the problem is with ADHD is you are a dopamine addict. You need dopamine, otherwise you crash. And when I say crash, I mean crash. Your mood goes incredibly low. And I was looking for anything to give me that sort of dopamine. And it got to the point where I got more enjoyment from a digital world than I did from a real life. Now, that is not a good thing. That is not a good staple. That is not a good benchmark. And it is not a good place or platform to be in. I had to use many different terms there to make it clear. And I very much regret how much time I spent playing games rather than trying to integrate into real life, because I'm at the age now where I don't really have many real life friends, and I feel like I would have more if I did this. But as you get older as an adult, it's perfectly normal to lose contact with friends from school. It's perfectly normal. As you get older, you change, they change, everyone changes. Okay, so, oh yeah, stone cutter puts wood in. But it's clear that you need to integrate yourself into the world, because if you do not, you are not going to be a normal human being. And what is normal? I'll tell you what normal is. Normal is being happy with yourself. That's what normal is. Normal. Oh, what is this? The Sand people? Tuscan Raiders are attacking me now? Leave my llamas alone. What the hell? Did they kill any of my creatures? They damn sure tried. Oh. Okay. For those of you who don't know, that was I don't even know what it is in Minecraft, but I know what the texture is. The texture was stolen from a Minecraft, not a Star Wars character. Known as a Tuscan Raider. Anyway, so getting back to my point, I wish I'd have done better in normal school. I misunderstood a lot of the instructions, and I was not comfortable in normal school because I was bullied, and I did not make the situation better. I actively made it worse, and that was not intentional. And I need to make that very clear. No one wants to make things worse. Things just get worse because you misunderstood. And that is not me saying that you should be so terrified of misunderstanding things that you never try them. That's not it either. There's a healthy middle ground of being okay with making mistakes. You need to not obsess over making mistakes, because if you do, you'll never do anything worthwhile. So, I suggest you get comfortable saying, okay. And when I say that, I want you to understand my full meaning. You get comfortable stopping, looking around and going, I'm okay with this. I can make it better. Let's make it better if I can. If not, I will do the best with what I have. And that is a very important philosophy that I have learned. And trust me, it took many tries to learn it. Being okay with what I have and making it better with what I have. Not wishing I had something different. Just knowing what I have is enough to do better with what I have. And when I was in that special school, the problems I had didn't go away. In my opinion, they got worse, because when I was in a normal school, I was given a normal curriculum, like GCSEs. I was expected to do better, so it pushed me to do better. In normal school, I was very good at my tests and my exams, but it got worse because I was bullied. So it was a combination of the two. I was distracted with my own social anxiety to the point where my abilities in school, my academic prowess, suffered because of it. But I was intelligent. I was intelligent and I was capable of doing these things. But when I went to a special school, it changed from, please explain to us Pythagoras' theorem, which, if you don't know, is a basics of a triangle theorem. It's sum of the squares on a right angle triangle. And so the hypotenuse of a long side of a right angle triangle is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. Right? That's Pythagoras' theorem. Now we went from learning that to, you see this picture with these numbers on. 9 on this box means red, so colour it red. And I didn't do well because I became a label. I was labelled as disabled. I was told I was disabled. And when you are labelled as that and you accept that label, you become it. And not just become it, you become your interpretation of it. So one thing I need to make very clear to all of you, anyone who watches this, and especially my son, if at any point in the future you are told you are disabled or there is something wrong with you, that might be true. It might not be. The question is, are you going to allow that to choose your path? Are you going to say, well, it says I've got something wrong with my social interaction, so I'm just not going to interact with anyone? No, you shouldn't do that. You should not do that, because by learning, you get better. Maybe you can't write properly right now. You will get better. You will. You just will. It just happens. It's like breathing. Eventually you get better breathing. You get better at running. You get better at walking. And please allow me to be cringe for a sec here, guys, while I talk directly to my son. Michael, you may be having trouble. You may sometimes have trouble talking to people. You may get frustrated. You may get angry. You may get upset. But it is very, very important that just because you are upset, it doesn't mean you're always going to be. And it's very important to me, very important to your mother, and it should be very important to you, yourself, that you know you will get better. You know you will. And sorry guys, I'm trying not to cry here. And you know that things will get better. You will get better. And nothing can get so bad that it's impossible to fix, save, or replace with something that does the job better. You can always fix something. Maybe not in the way you intended. Maybe you can't fix this one thing. But I'll tell you what, you can make something that does the job better. And that's one thing I learned. Because you can't spend all your time trying to repair something that is unrepairable. It's very important to notice something that can't be fixed so you can replace it with something that can do the job, or you find a different way of doing it. And sometimes that comes out better, sometimes it comes out worse, and that's fine. But it's very important that you learn that it's okay. It is okay. And when I was in my disabled school, they downgraded my curriculum, but that was a downgrade to me. I didn't understand at the time that that was an upgrade for the people next to me, because they put me in a room with people who were struggling socially. So I, as a social struggler, you don't benefit from people who are on the same level as you. You need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge yourself and be okay with failure. And that's not how well I did. So it was very important to me, and I regret it very much, not staying in normal school. Because I think socially I would have done so much better. Academically, I was given more chances to study. Academically, I was given more chances to learn. But it was much slower than it should have been. Now I don't have any qualifications that I can really use. No paper qualifications. I have plenty of intelligence and knowledge of how to build things. I have knowledge how to repair things. I have an insane amount of technical knowledge, and I half the time I don't know where it came from. I can just do it. If I had the tools and I had the components, I can build an engine. If you gave me a solid block of steel and the right tools, I could carve that into an engine block and build you an engine. Is that of use to anyone in this current modern world? No. And my point is, I need to make it clear to people that just because you are skilled in something that is not currently needed doesn't mean that it won't be needed later, and doesn't mean that you have wasted your time or anything. Because if you enjoy doing it if you enjoyed learning it, if you enjoyed implanting it, and you like the fact that you have this knowledge, because it makes you you, then as far as I'm concerned, you've already won. But when I was in that disabled school, that wasn't appreciated. I had all of these things that were useless there. I didn't need to know intense mathematics. I didn't need to know the correct way to punctuate sentences or conjugate verbs. I didn't need any of this there, because it changed from that every day is required in order to be here. And then I moved somewhere else where all that was required to be there was to breathe. And when you're expected to do nothing, you do nothing. And that is what happened. I was not expected anything of. I was not given a task. I was not actively rewarded with dopamine or in general normal rewards at all. So I suffered. I didn't get immediate feedback based on what I did, so I didn't see the point in continuing. I didn't get told I was doing well. In fact, I just got told well done every time I came in. And that's fine. If you are currently vulnerable and you don't feel like your presence is worth anything, then telling yourself that it's a good job, you're our bed, and I'm glad you're here. That is what you need to hear in that moment. But you don't need to hear that every day, because that means that you don't bother to do anything else, because you already feel like you've achieved your day's work by existing. And that is not what being human is about. That is not what I believe life is about. Life is about challenging yourself to do great things, to do better things, and to being happy. Because I don't want to go too much into detail and reveal personal information, but I spent 5 years at a job where the only people who made me feel valued were the people who worked with me, not those who worked above me. I never once felt valued by those above me. So I became complacent. And that is my fault as much as it is the people whose job it was above me. I didn't feel valued, I didn't feel wanted, I didn't feel necessary. I felt overly necessary. And that is how they get you. They basically say, you are necessary so much, so then you feel guilty if you go. And because of that, you do nothing else. And because of that, you do nothing else, and you say, I'm valuable here, so I'm going to stay here because I feel valuable. And that is a very dangerous thing for someone who doesn't feel value in their normal daily life, because then they treat work as if it's the most important thing on the planet, because it's the only place that they feel like they're valued. And that is not good. That is really, really, really not good. So I'll tell you this. If you're ever doing something to the point where you feel like it's the only thing in your life that brings you value, and it's not something that you have outside of work, then you need to ask yourself why. Is there something outside of work that I feel like I'm missing? And just asking the question is the most important thing. Now, don't become obsessed with the question, because people go crazy looking for it. What's important is that you ask the question. And because you ask that question, eventually you will find the answer. Sometimes it's that you want to travel the world. Sometimes it's that you want to have a better relationship with family and be a person that... You want to be a person that when your family gets up in the morning, they think about you. Some people think that's what they want, and they are well within their rights to think that. Some people think that I want to have people on a daily basis think about me, because I did things that changed the world, I did things that helped people, and I want people to know my name. And that's okay too. Just don't become so obsessed with other people's opinion of you that you actively set fire to your own house. But when I was in that special school and nothing was expected of me and I was surrounded by other people that all accepted their labels, one thing I saw most commonly was people just accepted it. So this one kid, I'll say his name and just his first name. And if he's watching this, I hope he reaches out, because this kid, I think about him every day. His name was James. And James was a very socially accepted guy in that school. People liked him. They really liked him. And sometimes I'm not sure he knew that. And he had severe conditions. He was deaf. He had a hearing aid and a magnet that they had to stick to his head, and he had a scar on the back of his head, and he was obviously very self-conscious about that. Me and him used to be in the sixth form together, which was the sixth form on my disabled school, which is basically at the end of the school, when you reached year 11, you had a choice. You can go straight to college, or you go into sixth form, which is basically year 12 before year 12 existed. And me and him both chose sixth form. Now, I know why I chose sixth form, and to this day, I'll never forgive myself for the reason. The reason I chose sixth form is because I was scared. I chose sixth form because I was scared of college. I was scared of leaving college because my only interpretation was, outside of this school, you are bullied by people who you consider better than you, and that must mean that you deserve what they say, which is not true. It couldn't be further from the truth. And because of that, I stayed in sixth form, and do you want to know what we learned to do? We learned to cook and shop. And this is not to the teacher's detriment, because that is what I signed up for. They tried to make us feel like we were a family, and I understand it, but this isn't Disney. This is real life. You need to tell us what is necessary for real life. And the only teacher who did that was a teacher who came from the outside, who came in and said, I will get you jobs. I will get you a work placement. It's part of your curriculum. It's part of your learning process. You need to go volunteer and learn the process of having a job. You need to do this in order to exist in society. And at the time, because I had spent many years being coddled and told that there's something wrong with me and that I need to be protected because there's something wrong with me, I didn't believe a word he said, and I didn't care. But I'll tell you this right now, that work placement changed me, because I was the same person I was in that school, in work, and you can't do that. You can't do that, and it taught me a lesson. You can't go into work and expect to be talked to like a child. You can't. You can't be expected to be spoken to like a child. You can't be treated like a child. If you make consequences, so if you cause problems, then you deal with the consequences. And consequences are a big thing in the real world. Those of us who are already adults, I'm nearly 30, already know this. And that's one thing I was never taught in school. Consequences. I was never taught consequences. The only consequence I ever had was I felt bad. No one ever explained to me about why I felt bad. I did something and I felt emotionally bad because of it, and no one ever told me, you feel emotionally bad because you did something that you know was wrong. But rather than saying to me, why don't you try not doing that? Try doing this instead. They never taught me an alternate way. And because I was never taught an alternate way, I just repeated the same mistake over and over and over again. And because of that, I never grew. I never got better. I never learnt from my mistakes. I never attempted to fix them. And that's my biggest regret. And James, I'll get back to talking about James now because I'm getting off topic. He said to me one time, I asked him, why don't you have a girlfriend, mate? Now, I considered James a good-looking guy. He was in a school full of disabled people. And I considered him a good-looking guy. He was strong, he had long hair, and he was perfectly happy with himself. He accepted himself. And once I asked him, because I don't remember exactly why the topic came up, but we were talking about girlfriends and partners. And I said to him, "Why don't you have a girlfriend?" He goes, "Nah, no girl wants to do with me. Look at me, I'm messed up." And I just looked at him and thought, if you see yourself as messed up, then I have no hope. Because I saw him as a higher level than me. He was socially accepted. People didn't bully him. People didn't attack him, from what I saw anyway. And I consider James to this day one of the nicest and best people I've ever met in my life. And to hear that person say to me, "Oh, a girl wouldn't want me. Look at me, I'm messed up. Look at me, I have to exist like this. Why would I ever attempt when I'll immediately fail?" He believed he would fail before he ever started. And this kid, no. I looked at this kid and I went, no, that doesn't make sense to me. Because he didn't see himself what I saw in him. And that is the epitome of what I saw in that school. Now, they tried to do lessons and hall meetings where they would get all the students to come in, sit in chairs, and they would give inspirational talks. Now, one of the main teachers, I don't even remember what his actual role was, Mr. Melling. I'm not sure if he's still there to this day. If you want a description of him, he looked a bit like Inspector Morse. We're talking Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses here. And this man did so much for these kids, me included. And I almost wish I could tell him thank you. I don't think I'll ever get the chance, but I wish I could. But he used to do inspirational talks where he would show up with a picture of Beethoven and go, "Beethoven is completely deaf. And look, he is regarded as one of the greatest music composers ever." And he tried to do stuff like that. He'd say, "Oh, Steve Jobs, autistic." Like, I don't remember if that was one. But the point is, he showed images of famous people that we would recognise and said, these people have disabilities. These people had serious disabilities and they did incredible things. Now, I understand the concept. I understood the point. But it was severely mixed messages because at home and in school, we were taught that there's something wrong with us and you need to be careful. But the problem is, you didn't say, "But don't be scared." We were told to be careful, but we were not told ever to never be scared. We were told that fear is pointless. We were told that fear of failure is pointless because you can fail at anything. You can fail at making a sandwich, you know what I mean? But then I attributed every time I failed making a sandwich to being because there was something wrong with me. And as much as they tried to say, "Oh, that just means you should never give up," I just stopped making sandwiches. So I stopped making things that I might like because I failed. And I thought maybe there's something else I'm good at. No. You never taught us to don't fear messing up and then move forward again with the same task. And do it again and again and again until you don't mess it up. Or they could have said, you messed it up. Well, see what you did. Maybe what you did is interesting. What, you made a sandwich and you used cake instead of meat. I mean, it tastes nice. That's interesting. Maybe one day someone will like that. Maybe when you're older, you'll make that for your kids and it'll be funny. It'll be a nice bonding moment. You never taught us any of those lovely little things that make life different for each person and unique for each person. And that's the only thing I think that was missing from that. You taught us to try again until we get it right. Not that sometimes we didn't get it wrong. Sometimes we made something so unique that maybe other people wouldn't appreciate it, but we would. And that's the same thing as people who make their own custom recipes for food or cakes. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's something special to you that's not special to someone else, but it's special to you. And hey, you made something unique there. Keep that, but why don't you try and do it the way it says here on this piece of paper, but keep that what you've made there, because that's interesting. You never taught us to use this, because in reality, when it comes to life, and it's like a puzzle, there's no wrong pieces, because each piece is made by you yourself. And that's one of the main things I was never taught. I was told do it again till you get it right, but there's not always a right way. There's not. And when this kid told me that, he wouldn't even bother getting a partner or attempting because he didn't see the point, because he was messed up. It illustrated to me that everyone there was basically taught the same thing. You don't bother because you think there's something wrong with you. And this is a very, very, very dangerous hole. And if there's one thing you can take away from this, it's that just because there's something wrong with you doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. You've just not found where you fit in yet. You've just not found the thing that you're good at yet. You see, me, I was usually quite intelligent, I was quite a good speaker, and I was quite a good social interactor. Earlier on, I was not. Now I've gotten to the point where I can sit in front of a camera and talk absolute, cover your ears kids, bollocks for like 20, 25 minutes to an hour. And I feel like I've done something good today because of it. I can edit videos, I can build computers, I can make computers, I can program games. These are things that I considered incredibly difficult and too hard when I was a child, and I wasn't directed to it. I found it and I thought, you know what, I want to do this, and my own motivation was better than any outside curriculum. What you need if you have the same condition I have, which is ADHD, you need structure with consequences. You need to have immediate consequences. The consequences can't always be negative. Sometimes it's good. It's a case of, oh, you put your food in the fridge. Do you know what the consequence of that is? A consequence of that is the next day your food isn't bad and you can eat it. You made something today, but you made too much of it. Okay, a consequence of that is there's extra, so you get to have the same food tomorrow. But you need to make sure you put it in the fridge. It all connects. And it's structure of consequence, which I was lacking in my daily life. Because I would go home and I was not ignored as much as left to myself, because I was too difficult for other people to interact with. My family didn't know how to interact with me, and I would sometimes spit back negative consequences to their actions, and that's not good, because then people just think you're being negative and then they won't talk to you again and they'll just leave you alone. So I got what I wanted, to be alone. And when I was alone, all I did was play games, and the games gave me consequences on each action. I would play a game where I fight a character. The The consequence is that character's going to attack me. Maybe I'll do well, maybe I won't, but it's a consequence of my actions. Whereas in the real world, I was not given any consequences for any of my actions. I was not taught that these existed. The game taught me more about life than I was getting in real life, and that was hilarious. And once I made that connection once, I didn't do anything else, which is a very dangerous trap to fall into as well. You need to look around. You need to go to the shops with your friends and realise you had no money. You need to ask your friend, can I have £1 to buy some sweets, and then go home, tell your mum, and then your mum might give you £1 to give to your friend, but maybe your mum will be upset with you, maybe she won't. Maybe your mum will say, tell you what, if you clean up the house, I'll give you £1. If you clean up the kitchen, I'll give you £1. If you clean up the living room, I'll give you £1. Maybe they'll do that. And now you've started to understand that you will be rewarded for doing tasks. And that is something I was never taught. I wasn't given pocket money. I was in a family where my siblings would ask for things and they'd get them. And when I was a young child, and this is the last story I'll tell today, my father, my dad, my nan told me he was scared of me. I don't think he was scared of me. I think he was scared of upsetting me. My father was so scared of not being a good father that he wanted to give me everything I wanted, because he was so scared that if he didn't give me what I wanted, he was worried he was doing a bad job. And I still think about this to this day, and if my father ever sees this, I hope you know that I'm very sorry. I think I was 6, maybe 8, and we were in this, I think it was Asda supermarket, and there was this toy on the shelf, and my sister asked for it, and she got it. And you know what I did? I cried and asked for it, another one too. And my dad did not have the money for these things. He didn't. But he bought them. And he bought me a toy that was these plastic little cars, this plastic garage set, and it broke. And I remember the conversation he had with my mum when we left, and we had these toys, and she went, why? He went, well, they asked for it. I went, well, don't give them it. My dad was so scared of being a bad father, being looked on as a bad father, that he just got us them because it's what we wanted. And he thought giving us what we wanted was being a good father. No. Giving us what we need and teaching us to want things only because they helped us is a good father. And this conversation sticks with me that we're having now, because I have the conversation he had with my mother when we got to the checkout at the end of the Asda. I remember seeing his face, and he was so upset. And since that day, I never asked for anything. I never asked for anything. I didn't want things. I didn't ask for things for Christmas anymore, because I felt so bad that I wanted things. I felt awful wanting things. I would not ask for games. I would not ask for these things, and if I did, I only did it if I had the money to give them for it. So I saved up money, I gave the money to my mum, and I said, please go buy this for me. Or I would ask for things for my birthday, but only for my birthday, because she would get upset if I didn't ask for things. And I don't know if she understood why I didn't ask. I don't know if she understood I didn't ask because I felt bad about asking. I don't know. I don't think she did. But I felt bad for asking for anything or wanting anything because I felt like we couldn't afford it. Meanwhile, my brother would ask for things and get them straight away most of the time. And I'm not going to give him bad talk for that. I'm not going to tell him he was wrong for that. I just feel like that's not something I'd want for my children. I don't want them to ask for things and then be immediately given them, because that means that they expect that. They expect to just be given things when they ask for them. Only expect to be given things when you ask for them if it's something you need. You may want this toy, but I'll tell you this now, you don't need it. In 2 weeks it's broken. In 2 weeks it's useless. In 2 weeks you don't want it anymore. But I'll tell you what we did need. We needed that money. The money we spent on that toy, that was too expensive, that was pointless, that you didn't even really want. You just wanted it because it was shiny. Now we can't get something else. So one thing I want to make very clear to any kids watching this, or if my son's watching this is Daddy's lesson to you. If you want something, that's fine. It's perfectly fine to want something. Just know that for getting that, you have to exchange it. So you can choose to have either ice cream today or this toy. But if you get this toy, that means you can't have ice cream for 3 days. Make sense? There's value in everything. And by getting this item, it means that you can't have this item. You need to choose. And another thing I learned is that by choosing not to get either of them, I felt better, because I proved to myself I didn't need it. I didn't need it. And I felt good for helping my mummy and daddy get through days without having to worry. I would ask, can I have this? And if they said no, I would go, okay, can I ask why? You don't get upset, don't complain, ask why. Because I'll tell you this now, you'll learn more by asking why than you ever will by asking for something and getting upset that you can't have it. Ask why, and then try and understand the answer. Be like, can I have this toy? And it would be, no, we can't, because we haven't got the money for it. Or it can be, yes, you can, but it means you have a smaller dinner today. And there's secrets behind that are too complex for any child to understand right now, especially because of the economy in the UK and most countries right now, where things are ridiculously expensive. Toys are now luxuries that are so expensive that you almost have to choose between it and food. But let me put this very simple. If you wake up every day and you're not hungry, you see your parents, you have a clean house, you have clean sheets, and you go to bed happy, I learned to be grateful for that. I learned to be very grateful for that. It's okay to want things, it's okay to ask for things, but it's important that you learn that by asking for something you don't immediately get it. Sometimes you just get no, sometimes you get a yes, but here's the answer as to why right not now. You need to learn that there's consequences in everything, and by getting one thing you get less of another thing, and by getting that thing you get less of another thing. You make choices, and it's very important that you understand the reason why the choices are made. And that's one thing I never learned until I was a lot older, and I regret not learning it. Sorry guys, very long episode today and very heavy topics, but we made a nice little corral here. We got some sheep. Sheep give us wool and they give us mutton, so we're good. We also have 2 llamas which I can ride, and I don't know where that trader is. I think the trader's dead, or he's escaped. Is he in there? No, he's gone. I don't know where the trader's gone. Trader's gone. That's perfectly fine by me. I mean, we got his llamas, so that works. I mean, I'm not even sure what llamas can do, but I got them, so I'm not complaining. So we've done that. I also think I might eventually move into that village because that is a very nice house over there. Anyway, guys, we've got some saws, stone cutters. We've got plenty of resources. We've dug a bit lower. The plan eventually is to dig this down low enough to the point where it hits bedrock and it becomes a mine shaft, essentially. And we're going to expand outwards and just mine as much as we can in this region. But that's the goal for the next episode. We'll make some more progress on that. We got a nice little tree farm going on here. We got some bees. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll talk about more heavy topics. And I hope all of you enjoyed. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all in the next one. And if my son is watching, Daddy loves you. Cheers, everyone.